No one is black or white. Today I'm giving you the biblical answer to racism. I'm Eric Hovind, president of Creation Today. David writes in and asks this: just wanted to ask why we have different colors among people. How did some of us get to be black while others are white? And then Chris asked, something I've never got a clear answer on is how races came about. I've read about how climate affects things like skin color, which is straightforward enough, but what about other physical features like the shape of eyes and noses, height and general build, which distinguish one race from another race? Well, hello, David and Chris. Great questions, and there is a biblical answer to racism. Sadly, this issue is not understood by many people. Even after great progress in science and education, the idea that people have evolved at different rates still has us talking about red and yellow, black and white, as if there's different species of humans living on the planet. The truth is, we are one race, the race of humans. The race of Adam, our very first father. Acts chapter 17 makes it clear, where he says, he has made from one blood every nation of men to dwell on all the face of the earth. Chris, you talked about the shape of eyes and noses, height and general build, which distinguish one race from another. The fact is, there is no one set of features for every people group. Those are just stereotypes. What people think of as the African nose is not a feature shared by all Africans. It can even be found among the Europeans, even in Asians. The Asian eye shape is found in the Hawaiian Islands and among Native Americans in the Central and South Americas. Humans come in a variety of styles, and we share almost all of our traits. All people groups have tall and short, thin and stout. That's why discussions of race end up focusing on the lightness or darkness of our skin. No one is really black or white. What we are is different densities of a pigment called melanin, which is found in our skin. Melanin is actually brown. Skin cells are generally colorless. Fat cells are yellowish. Blood vessels are red and blue. So the color of a person is made of these different elements. The more melanin one has, the darker and browner their skin appears. But even albinos whose skin makes zero melanin are not truly white, like a sheet of paper is white. And even the darkest Africans are not actually black. We are all shades of brown, which make us all a variation of the same color. That's really the whole answer. But if you want to get technical, here you go. God in his incredible wisdom created melanin to protect our DNA and its information that's in our cells from the solar radiation. What has been called the difference in races is not a difference in kind or even color, but a difference in pigment density. Now, our DNA is programmed to adapt to our environment. This is one of the reasons many light-skinned people get darker or tan when they're exposed to a whole lot of sunlight. Their DNA responds to this change in environment, and their skin maintains more melanin to protect them. Light-skinned populations are most often found in places where there's relatively much less direct sunlight and where the populations can spend the majority of the year with their skin covered to keep warm, even if they're outside. That makes the melanin production in their skin relatively unnecessary. It's worth noting that the genetics of all people groups have the DNA information to make dark brown or light brown people, or any variation in between. Sometimes Africans with dark brown skin have children with light brown skin, or Europeans with light brown skin have children with dark brown skin. There have been pairs of twins born, wherein one was dark brown, the other was light brown. The human race is one big family, made in the image of God. Our genetic information was originally given to Adam and Eve. Then the genetic diversity in the human race was bottlenecked down to Noah, his wife, their 3 sons, and their wives. Then at the Tower of Babel, groups of people were separated by different languages that God created and dispersed around the world. So the genetic information was once again bottlenecked down to those groups of people. So skin color can change, and it may be a combination of several different factors. genetic information, environment, food source, geographic location. The important thing to remember is we are all human, made special and made in the image of God. We are one big family. As Ken Ham from Answers in Genesis sings, shades of brown from dark to light, we are precious in His sight. Jesus loves the little children of the world. I'm going to put a link in the description to a video of Dr. David Minton. He's one of the experts in our film Genesis Paradise Lost. In the video, he discusses some of the science behind skin and pigment density. You're really going to enjoy it. David and Chris, thanks for your question. If you want to do some more research, I recommend the book One Race, One Blood. It's available for download right now at creationtoday.org. I want to thank the supporters of Creation Today for making this video possible. We love you guys. Hey, if you have questions, send them in to questions@creationtoday.org. God bless.